Before Alcatraz was a federal penitentiary, the indigenous Ohlone people believed the island was inhabited by evil spirits. They used it as a place of banishment for those who broke tribal laws. By the time the U.S. government built a cell house there in 1934, the island was already a graveyard of hope, the devil's backbone. For 29 years, Alcatraz held the unbreakable men Al Capone, Machine Gun Kelly, and Robert Stroud. But the prison wasn't just built of concrete and rebar. It was built of silence. Under the rule of silence, inmates weren't allowed to speak for years at a time. That silence is exactly what makes the stories so terrifying today. When the prison closed in 1963, the silence didn't leave. It just started screaming. The screams of Cell 14D. If you ever tour the ruins, stay away from the hole, the solitary confinement block. Cell 14D is the darkest of them all. Research into prison logs reveals a story from the 1940s that rangers still whisper about. An inmate locked in 14D began screaming the moment the door slammed shut. He claimed a man with glowing eyes was in the darkness with him. The guards, thinking he was faking a breakdown, ignored his shrieks for hours. The next morning, when they opened the door, the inmate was dead. He hadn't been attacked by a person. He had been strangled. The medical examiner found handprints on his neck that didn't match his own. To this day, visitors to 14D report a sudden, suffocating drop in temperature and the feeling of invisible hands tightening around their throats. The phantom banjo. Then there is the matter of Al Capone. Near the end of his sentence, syphilis began rotting his mind. Terrified of being killed in the yard, he was allowed to spend his time practicing the banjo in the shower room. Even now, long after the plumbing has rusted away, National Park Service rangers have reported the unmistakable sound of a banjo strumming from the empty showers. It's a rhythmic, mournful sound that stops the moment you step into the room to investigate. The spectral guards of the utility corridor. During the bloody Battle of Alcatraz in 1946, several guards and inmates were killed in a botched escape attempt. One of the most common sightings is a man in a 1940s era guard uniform patrolling the utility corridor. Psychics and skeptics alike have reported the smell of gun smoke, wandering into areas where the air suddenly reeks of sulfur and spent cartridges. Disembodied voices, hearing clanging, metal doors, and the sound of heavy boots on the catwalks. When no one else is in the building, the gaze, a feeling of being watched through the peep slots of the heavy steel doors. The rock was designed to break the human spirit. It seems that for some, the spirit broke, but it never actually left. They say the hardest part about Alcatraz wasn't getting in, it was finding a way out. Even after you've died,